welcome to another video. This is the second tiny race of this Zwift Insider Tiny Race series, and it is, I believe, 3.2 miles of Watopia mountain route. So it ends at the top of that little first part. It's basically like sprinting up the Zwift KOM. So it was bound to be an interesting and hard finish. After that first race, my legs were already dead, so I wasn't really sure if I was going to do a second race, but I decided to just give it a shot and see how it went. And I forgot to record at the start, but around 1.3 miles in, I realized that I forgot to record, so then I started my recording at this moment. And right now you can see that I'm kind of chilling, 180 beats per minute. That's decently low for me since I am a younger rider. My heart rate is a lot higher, and I think I just naturally have a higher heart rate than most people. But right now you can see that I'm in zone 2 right now. I'm not doing much, and nobody else is either. No power-ups in this race, so it was going to be even harder in the finish. And you're about to see that finish come up. Once we round this corner, I am going to start getting ready for this hard, short effort. I was expecting around 1.5 minutes of suffering because it's basically, as I said earlier, a Zwift KOM. And after you round this corner, it's pretty quick. It's not that long before you hit the next climb. It's a short ramp that takes you up to the epic KOM. So even though I was pretty tired from the previous race, I was still pretty excited for this finish because it's another hilltop finish, and I typically do pretty well in those. So it was kind of just the adrenaline that kept me going in this race, and all the excitement that I had for this finish that kept me going through this last bit. The pace was still pretty high when we were just chilling, around 27-28 miles per hour average for the start. And right here, we're going up the ramp. You're going to see that I am going to surge quite a bit to stay with these riders, because I know that from watching Zwift Insider's live stream from earlier in the race, riders do typically string out on this first part. So if you get caught towards the back, you're going to have to put in quite a big effort to catch back up, and then once you start heading up that climb, you're going to be behind, and it's just going to be a complete disaster if you do end up on the back. So right here, even over the KOM, I do keep pushing to try to keep towards the front of the group, and I eventually drift quite close to the front of the group. I ease off before I hit the front though, so all good on this part. 0.8 miles left. I can see the finish on the mini map. So right now I think I did this climb in the drops because I typically have more power in the drops when it's just a short 1 to 2 minute effort, and that's exactly what this was. You're gonna see one person go early, and it's kind of gonna string out a bit. You can see that person in that purple kit, and right now you see two riders who are just catching up. They actually go right through this group, and they go to the front. That causes a couple other people to start surging because they think that those are people who are already in the front getting ready for their finishing sprint. Right now I ramp up to around 6 watts per kilo. My goal was to just do a decently easy effort up the first half and then grind up the second half. I kind of followed that, but right here, once it started stringing out, I started to surge because I knew that I need to get closer to the front of the group. So right here, right when we hit this steep part, I surged up to around 7.5, and I really pushed to try to get to that front group. You can already see on the mini map that the group is super strung out, and there's now a little elite group that has been established. I'm doing around 280 watts right now. I got super close to a 1 minute PR. I think I was around 5-10 watts off, or maybe less, but I was pretty close. I can see a group of around 5 or 6 riders up the road, and I've done this route a few times, and right here on the steep part is when I know that I need to surge, because that's going to make the most difference in my result, because there's a super steep part right here. So this is when I surge up to around 300, and I try to move through these riders. I end up with 2 other riders, Big Ben from Dirt BB and Anna Russell from I believe that's the Star Snow Pins kit that she's wearing right now, but you can see that Peters from Sisu starts surging, and this is when I know 400 feet left. I'm getting ready to sprint, and right now I try to sprint, but then I realize that the finish is still quite a ways away, and right here is when I should have put in that effort, because right here, Anna anticipated that someone would attack or try to surge, and I didn't have enough time to move past her, and I ended up coming in 6th for this race. I was still pretty happy with that result though, because I did put in an amazing effort in that finish. If I were to do anything different, I would have started that little sprint that I did or surge a little bit earlier for that finish, because that would have allowed me to pass 2 of the riders, Peters and Anna, because I think I definitely had the power to beat them, but I just didn't take full advantage of the timing. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you all next time. I've got one more tiny race video coming out tomorrow, so check that out. Thanks for watching. Ride on. See you all next time.